Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Yesterday we had a great story of Yalta, the famous Yalta. I think she once broke 400 barrels. She was upset at her husband. Yalta and Rav Nachman. Yalta is Rav Nachman's wife. She says to Rav Nachman, if you could eat Chazar, there's a way to taste what Chazar is. How do you taste basar b'chalav? So he tells her, not a problem. You take the udder of a cow that's full of milk, you roast it and eat it, you'll taste basar b'chalav. So the Gemara asks, 2 lines from the bottom of Kuf Tesam Beis. He missed the whole step. You have to tear it. You have to slice it. What was this? I don't know if we saw this one. Yeah, this is the udder. Shasi Be'erev, B'toch B'koisel. The wall's wet. It's a little bit of a cross over there. Okay. Yeah, I know, but maybe we could, I don't know, maybe make it an X or something. Fine. But not non-koiroi. What happened to the tearing it? I'm not sure this whole Shasi Ve'erev and the Teichib the Koisel, that could be for other stuff, but tearing it. Says the Gemara, Ulik Deira, very good. If you want to cook it, then you have to tear it. Why? Because when you cook it, the milk goes out, the milk will come back in. Once it leaves the udder, then it becomes aser. When it's in the udder, so again, somebody came over to me after Shir yesterday. There's a little bit of a confusion. If the milk is in the udder and you roast it, it's mutter to eat. We're going to see another shita, but that's what we're learning now. I will look there. Ask the Gemara of Aktani Shebishloi. Now, if you have a pencil, I would recommend even putting on top of this word. Shebishloi doesn't mean to cook. Over here, Shebishloi means to roast. It says, if you roast it, the evid in, it seems like that it's only after the fact, l'chatchila, but not in the first place. You shouldn't go ahead and roast an udder. Says the Gemara, wadin, dafilu l'chatchila. No, in the first place, you go ahead and roast an udder like this picture. It's mutter, no problem. We had yesterday this case, I'll just remind you, this beautiful, the case of where a calf drinks a lot of milk. Now the milk it skips the Beis HaKos, is beautiful, and the hemsas go straight directly into the kiva. So now you have it, how do you say, sabur, it's not contained, Gathered. It's gathered in one place. You have a bunch of, so why is this any different than an udder? It looks like an udder to me, but it's very different because it left the mother. Once it leaves the udder, the real udder, then it becomes aser. And it left the udder, so what if it's gathered in a place? It's also sometimes gathered in a milk bottle. That's not called gathered. So Mela, this is 100% aser. And I want to tell you that it's aser. There's no way, even after the fact, to roast this particular intestines and eat it. So to mimic that the reish and the sefer should sound the same, but there's no connection. When you roast an udder, the actual udder with the milk, it's mutter lechatchila. There's no rabbanan that'll tell you don't do it, it's not the right thing. Go ahead and do it. Kisalik Rebbe Elazar ashkechel zeiri. So when Rebbe Elazar went up to Eretz Yisrael, he bumped into Ziri. Omar lei iketana da'asni l'Rav Kchal. So if you remember, we had two ways that Rav said it. They were both the opposite of each other. The first line on Kuf Tesam Beis, Rav said that if you roast a kchal, it's 100% mutter. The second one was it's no good, it's aser. Do you know who the Tana, who gave this over to Rav? Who told Rav that it's aser? They pointed to Rav Yitzchak bar Avdumi, they said he's the culprit. So they go over to him, they go to Rav Yitzchak bar Avdumi. Why did you tell Rav that roasting the udder with the milk is also. No, I deny it. Let me tell you what happened. He found an open field. He found a valley, which is wide open. And when you find something that's wide open, you have to enclose it. You have to make it gather. That's what Chachamim do. They make the kanas. What happened? The Rav the flatbush, the tatlef, the tatlefush. Rav had to go to tatlefush. He bumps into a woman. He overhears a woman telling her friend, Riva de bistro kama chalava. Do you have the recipe? I'm now making a roast for my husband. How much milk should I put into the roast? Rav almost fainted. Two Yidinas, Yirei Shamayim, normal women, talking mamish tusim. How much milk to put into the meat? What's going on here, Omar? So Rav said, that's it. Omar, like, Gemir, the boss of B'chalavasa, what's going on here? This place, they don't even know that you're not allowed to cook like this. Yaakov, he stayed around there, he stuck around, and he made sure, because he says, you know what, I'll be like the Rambam. The Rambam says, if you want to get to the middle, and you're all the way to the left, you pull the tree all the way to the right, and maybe it'll bounce down to the middle. You don't tell people, oh, it's us, or oh, bas b'chol is us. You say, even the things that are mutter, even the udder in the milk, which is mutter to roast, I'm going to make a hister here. It's Xeri de Rabbanon. It's a gather because people don't know. Maybe it even started. Who knows if it started because her mother roasted udder with milk. So she thought in her head, oh, you're allowed to have milk in the meat. What's the difference? A udder, a hamburger, it's all the same. If you roast it, you roast it. She said, you know what? We're going to ask her today. We're going to ask her all udders and milk. Rav Kahana Masnachin. Rav Kahana says, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Rav Yosi bar Rabba Masni, I know, Chal Sheminiko Shenisiloi. Umipulsha Reb Chia, Shonalei Chal Stam. Reb Chia thought that he's talking to Rav, okay? He's not talking to Eli Stefansky, he's talking to Rav, the Golad Dar. Later on became Golad Dar. Reb Chia was his Rebbe who wrote the Brises. So he's telling him, hey, you should not cook the Chal. He figured there's no reason for me to waste words over and tell him, oh, I'm talking about a nursing cow. It's pashut. Rav should have understood this on his own. Anyway, so because he was so sharp, sometimes a person who's sharp doesn't realize what other people don't understand. He thinks everybody's on his level and he says things. But Rav didn't get it. Says Rashi, he's very, very sharp. But maybe he thought his Talmidim chudadim k'moisai. He thought his Talmidim are as smart as him, like understand things. It's hard, like imagine you want to be a second grade Rebbe. It's hard to put yourself in their position and talk on their level. Story time, Rabbi Yisai. Two G'dolim, Ravin and Rav Yitzchak bar Yosef, they went to Rav Papi's house. So they served them this beautiful, it's hard to find today, they don't really sell it. Some people say it's illegal. Benny said no, he used to sell it, some udder with milk. Rav Yitzchak bar Yosef ochal. Rav Yitzchak took it, he started eating. Ravin lo yochal, Ravin refused to eat. Omer Abayo, Ravin takalo amay lo yochal. It's a very strong lashon, it's an interesting lashon. He says Ravin, who didn't have children, Rashi says he lost all his children. He called him like a strong name. Amay lo yochal. Why wouldn't you eat? Think about it. If, let's say, Reb Chaim Kanievsky's daughter cooked something for you, you know, where did she grow up? Where? Think she made this stuff up? You think this is the first time she's making this recipe? You grew up in a Gadol's house, you know what's going on. Michli the Visu de Rav Papi, the wife of Rav Papi, who cooked this food, Brati de Reb Yitzchak Nafcha. She's the daughter of a Gadol. He's the master of stories. He's the one that's super medactic in all mitzvahs. He's Baal Moifas, Mori Duvda. He's like a Baal, Mori Baal Duvda of Moifas, like of stories. All the stories of that generation went through him. He did this, he did that. If she didn't see it in her father's house, It's much like a raya, like a lahalacha sort of. If this woman is cooking it, I know that her father was okay with it. Besura, and Abaye calls him like, Takala, Rav and Takala, you don't have any kids. Don't you see who's cooking this food here? Besura lo yachle kachle. This is important to see over here. In Surah, this is Bavel, right? Surah is down on the bottom, down south, and up north over here is Pumbedisa, at least on this map. So in Surah, they wouldn't eat it. It's important to remember this for the upcoming story. In Surah, they didn't eat it, in Pumbedisa, they ate it. Here's the story. Rabbi say, listen to this name. Rami, the son of a date. Rami bar Tabra. Duhu, he happens also to be Rami bar Dekule. He's the son of a palm tree. So it's basically the same thing, almost the same name. One is taking the fruit of that tree or the actual tree. But let's call him Rami bar Tamri. Maybe Pumbedisa. He's from Pumbedisa. We said already that when you live in Pumbedisa, you eat kchal. You eat the kchal. And he traveled all the way down here to Surah. Boom. Okay. Ikla the Surah b'mali yom Kippurei. On the day, Erev Yom Kippur, when everybody's eating, it's a mitzvah to eat. We learned, according to Rabbi Saglili, that they used to, that was one of the 4 days that they would shech tremendous amount of animals. Apkinu kule alma, they're in Surah, they don't eat the kchal, so they all threw it into the garbage. Apkinu kule alma l'chalayu shadinu, they threw it out. Azaliyu, so he goes into the garbage can, naktinu achlinu, he found a nice kchal in the garbage, he went and he ate it. So they bring him to Rav Chizda as a punishment. We have this guy, he just showed up here. What's going on here? He's eating chal, what's your problem? I come from Pumbedisa. Rav Yehuda eats it. When you come to a new place, there's a Mishnah in Pesachim tells you got to keep the chumras of the new place. And not only that, if somebody from Surah, let's say, goes to Pumbedisa, he cannot eat chal. He has to keep his chumras from his original place. You always have to go to the biggest chumrah. Don't worry about it. I didn't eat it inside Surah. I walked outside 2,000 amos. I ate it over there. Rav Chizda is grilling him, literally. And if you went out of the tchum, where did you find the firewood? With the grape seeds. How did you know that you're able to use it? Maybe somebody, it's like he was not happy with him that he ate the chal. What kind of business is he eating chal? Maybe it's yayin nezach, maybe it's also nano. I noticed that they were 12 months old. It already, the date of Isra expires, you're allowed to eat it. V'dilma, the gazel have it. How do you know? Maybe it's owned by somebody. Who told you you're allowed to take it? But they must have given up, even if it was owned by somebody. The kat chubu chilfei. There's already growing grass on it. This is old stuff. Nobody cares about it. Rav Chizda doesn't give up. He's trying to find a hole here. I have a manach tefillin. In the time of the Gemara, people would wear tefillin all day. Me'ikar hadin, we're supposed to wear tefillin all day long. The reason we don't wear tefillin is because we're weak. We don't know how to keep a clean body, maybe our machshavas. But people would walk in the street, everybody would walk in the street, and it's a taina. He's upset at him. What kind of business is it you're walking around? Not today you walk with tefillin, you're a meshugana, or you're a little Zilberman, okay, you're special, you belong in the old city. Here, you're not wearing tefillin. Maybe it's a good excuse to give you a little bit of a lashing here. My time tefillin. Why aren't you wearing tefillin? I have an intestinal problem. I have a bad stomach ache. He's quoting his Rebbe again. I'm from Pumbedisa. Rav Yehuda is my Rebbe. And Rav Yehuda holds that somebody that has a stomach issue, he's sick, he's potem in tefillin. He noticed that he's wearing Dalit kamfas. He's wearing tzitzis without tzitzis. He's wearing the beggar without the strings. Okay? Nacha excuse. What's going on here? What kind of person are you? You're not wearing tefillin, you don't have tzitzis. This is a borrowed garment. Rav Yehuda, again, he quotes his Rebbe, Talis Shu'ula Kol Shloishim Yoim Pturim Min HaTzitzis. Adahachi, 2 lines from the top of Kufiyud V'Nun Beis. Adahachi Yaisu, while Rav Chiz is trying to punish Romi Bar Tamri, Adahachi Yaisu Lahu Gavrod Lehav a Moiker Avu V'Imei Kaftu. Listen to this. It's they lived in a different generation. We live in a different generation today. The reason he's Machal Shabbos, we have to understand, we have trauma, this, that. The guy didn't give the proper amount of respect to his parents, so they brought him in to Bezdin, and they tied him down to a beam, and they're about to give him lashes. Mamish like last week's parasha, Shoiftim v'Shoitrim titnu l'cha. Omar lehu, so Rami Bar Tamri was over there. Omar lehu, shivku, leave him. You can't tie him to a beam. The Sanya. The Torah tells you what the mitzvah, what the schar is. Zarichas yamim, you're going to live long years. So if that's the schar, you don't have, in bezin shalamata muzar moleh, says Rashi. The Torah tells you this is, the punishment is, you're not going to get long years. You don't have the right to add punishment, double jeopardy. Now in New York, double jeopardy. Yeah, it already has a punishment. You're going to give another punishment? Look at this Rashi over here. They tied him down to a beam. Says Rashi. If a person has a positive commandment in front of him, and he doesn't want to do it. Keep going. I say sukkah. How come you're not building a sukkah? They get into his kishkas. Build a sukkah. I say lulav. He doesn't want to shake lulav today. I had trauma when I was younger. My father forced me to shake a I don't want it today. Makin Oisai, they beat him till he loses his life. That was the generation then. I see it very sharp. So the Chassam Sofer, others ask, what do you mean he's very sharp? He didn't say one chiddush. Everything he said, he quoted from Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda said, you're allowed to eat out of the tchum. Rav Yehuda said this. Don't take him off. Don't beat him up because it's a matan schar betzida. Where's the harifus exactly? So you remember. So you say it's one thing to remember. It's one thing to apply it to something that's relative to you. And when you know how to take halacha and apply it to something, and you apply it to something that's neged to you right now. How do I eat this chal? Okay, I walk outside, I go that way. I do this, I do. He showed a charifus. That's charif. Omar Lei, he says, I see you're very sharp. Omar Lei, Rav Chizah tells Rami Bar Tamri, you're very sharp. Omar Lei, so Rami Bar Tamri tells him back, if I was there and put Bedisa with Rav Yehuda, then I'll really show you how sharp I am. There's a video I didn't see yet. It came in at 2 a.m. in the morning from Yoshi. It's Rami Bar Tamri. Bezin Tzedek of Maran or of Chizda. Okay. So Zog the Gemara. Omar le Rabbi le Rav Safra. Kisalkis lahasam. When you go to Eretz Yisrael, boy minayu kavdo matum bei. you should ask in Eretz Yisrael, what do you do with the liver? In other words, liver, we said it's blood, and it's mutter. There's a special heter in the Torah that you're allowed to eat liver. But what happens if you cook liver? Does it change anything? Ma'atum beit. He saw like Ashkel Reb Zeres, he goes to Eretz Yisrael and he sees Reb Zreika. Omer lei, I know, shalkilei Reb Ami v'achal. I actually cooked it for Reb Ami, and he ate it. So in the beginning of this year, we're saying that the udder, you cook it, and the milk goes out, and then comes back in, it's problematic. So why isn't there that kind of problem with the liver? You cook it, blood goes out of the liver, comes back into the liver, maybe it should be problematic. No, Reb Ami ate it. He came back to Abaye and he told him what he saw. I never had a problem about the liver itself. I know they could cook a liver and eat it. Why? Because I'm not concerned that the blood is going to go back into the liver as long as it's being cooked. Cooking makes the blood leave. It's a one-way. It pushes the blood out. It doesn't allow the blood to come in as long as it's cooking. What if you cook a liver in the same pot as a chont, let's say, and it has other meats in there? Perhaps the blood of the liver will go into the meat. So he says, why were you so certain about the halacha of the liver itself that you're allowed to eat the liver? That you didn't have a shaila. Why? This nan, because it's a Mefurish Mishnah, the liver itself doesn't become asur when you cook it. So if so, so you shouldn't have a question at all about other meat. Why? Because that's also Mefurish Mishnah. It's not. If you know Mishnayos, you know Mishnayos. So you should know both answers. The answer for the actual liver, you know from the Mishnah. So the answer for the meat, the friends of the liver, you should also know the answer. What does it say in the Mishnah? Hakavod oiseres ve'eino neseres. It makes other meat asur. Oiseres, it makes other meat asur, and it itself is not asur. Mipnei shipor letes ve'eino berlas. So if you know that answer, you should know this answer. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDY.com.